As we have seen, no one can deny the fact that we live in a period of remarkable human achievement. We speak now of artificial intelligence, of renewable energy, of advanced manufacturing, biotechnology, and new economic frontiers. In fact, we are proud. I think this weekend or early next week, we're launching the National AI Office for Malaysia. We continue to advance. But we must not avoid a fundamental question, because many of us, particularly the young, are equally anxious. They wonder whether the educational system and tertiary education will land them in a more meaningful job, and the workers will continue to ask whether technology will empower them or replace them. Families continue to struggle with the cost of living. Farmers, fishermen, small entrepreneurs ask whether development will include them or bypass them. These are universal human concerns, beyond an economic agenda, but touches on the fundamental issue of humanity. This is not a call to reject modernity, enterprise, markets, or technology. Malaysia, to survive, must remain competitive, productive, and open to investment. But economic life must once again be connected to a moral purpose, and this is a major challenge. To reclaim humanity is to recover a simple but too often neglected truth. The economy is a means, not an end in itself. Its purpose is not merely to produce higher numbers, greater consumption, or larger concentration of wealth, but to enable people to live with dignity, security, purpose, and hope. It means asking before every major decision whether growth widens opportunity or narrows it, whether it strengthens families and communities or leaves them more vulnerable, and whether it treats human beings as partners in development or merely as instruments of production. Believe me, these questions are real and tough. In next month or so, I've got to grapple with formulating the budget for next year, early October. And Alhamdulillah, despite these pressures, I've not lost sight of this fundamental question that we encapsulate in the Madani framework. That the budget, growth, economic policies, semiconductor strategy, energy transition, digital transformation cannot ignore our attempt to restore the moral purpose of governance and development. It is not a slogan to be placed on banners. It must be reflected in policy, institutions, and conduct. Sustainability means that we do not pass environmental, financial, and social reforms or burdens to future generations. Innovation must enlarge human capabilities rather than deepen exclusion. Easier said than done. Can be formulated in Jomo Sundaram's thesis, but be rest assured, is a tough call. Prosperity, how do we translate prosperity into better wages, meaningful work, affordable housing, accessible healthcare, quality education, thriving communities, and genuine mobility? To the young, a number of them, more ladies than men, it doesn't matter. Now, to my children gathered here, I say, do not surrender to cynicism. Some may say that Madani is too philosophical, too abstract, or too difficult to implement. Many gathered here, I can mention these two difficult scholars with me, Jomo and Zia. I've seen them and understand that impatience. But every great civilization was built upon a moral and intellectual foundation that we cannot fail. No society rises merely because it has highways, buildings, technology, or financial resources. It rises when it has serious understanding of human philosophy, of justice, of knowledge, of responsibility, and of the future. This will not win votes in Negeri Sembilan. But it will save a generation. For Muslims, the language of Khalifah means or reminds us that human beings, Khalifatullah fil ard, are entrusted with responsibility on earth. For wider global community, the message is equally clear. Every person is a steward of something larger than themselves, of knowledge, community, the environment, and the future of humanity. So of course, I'm not giving an excuse, but thank you for this initiative, Sandhya, because you do not need to wait for the government. You must initiate pressure and not only support, but choose to critically assess the performance of governments. What is important is you must act and the government must act. A nation is transformed when teachers, lecturers teach with purpose, entrepreneurs build with integrity, bureaucrats or civil servants serve with honor, businesses invest in people, scholars speak truthfully, citizens care for their communities, and the young people dare to believe, believe that a better society is possible, inshallah. Now the human economy we seek is one with a higher ambition, to create wealth without losing wisdom, to innovate without abandoning compassion and ihsan, to compete without destroying solidarity, and grow without leaving humanity behind.